It's Sunday, and welcome back to the homestead. Today, I thought I would share a little bit with you about Sunday Reset. Sunday Reset is something that I have been trying to slowly but surely add to my life so that my week goes really well. Some of you know this, some of you don't, so I'll just say it. I take Sabbath on Friday. Most people would take it on Sunday, and I do understand that, and I really respect those who take a Sabbath on Sunday. Some people choose to take a Sabbath on Saturday. My Sabbath is Friday. Now, I can explain to you the reason why Sabbath is Friday. I felt it was more important to have a Sabbath versus not having a Sabbath, and I knew that on Sunday, there's no day of rest for me. So you may be asking, what does Sabbath have to do with the fact that you are sitting in a very dirty kitchen? Well, this comes back to my Sunday Reset. This is something that is a routine that I've been trying to implement into my life just a little bit by little bit. So it started with me just coming in the kitchen and completely doing all the dishes, cleaning out the sinks. That was it. And then it's grown slowly into a complete kitchen reset and a complete brain reset. Now, when I say the brain, I mean the board that I use to keep all of my notes and my week stuff on. So today for my Sunday Reset, I'm going to be completely cleaning my kitchen, completely redoing the brain board, and I'm also going to be making bread. My goal is that all these three things take me less than an hour of hard work. That way, my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are already pre-set up, ready to go. So what do I do in my kitchen for Sunday Reset? Well, some of the obvious things, like all of the stuff that needs to be washed and put away. Things on the counters need to be taken care of. Stuff that either myself or my kids or my husband or my parents have sat down and been like, hey, this goes in the kitchen. So I get all those things put away. And what I really start with, I work top to bottom. I know some people would be like, hey, I would start with the dishes or the counters or Nope, I'm going to start with the top. I'm going to actually start with windowsills and windows. And I go and I get everything out of that. Then I work on the counters and I get everything cleared off of all the counters. This is the main part of the job. The big things like getting all the empty jars into the basement where they go and getting all of the little crumbs and things that get pushed back behind appliances and whatever else is on the counters. Sometimes just putting the appliances away that have been sitting on the counters that don't go there. All those things. At that point, once I finally gather all of the dishes into the sink and get all of that ready to go, I load the dishwasher, wash the dishes. Once that is done, I am able to shift my focus to things that aren't necessarily kitchen related. One of those things would be our lovely island. Our island is the holding space for all things home. And whether that person's come in from outside and put a rock on it, or the table decorations have been moved off the table for school, whatever it is. Again, resetting the home so that when I wake up in the morning on Monday, I'm able to come downstairs and either sit at my table with the candles lit or sit on my porch and watch that sunrise and read my Bible and make my week more successful than less successful. So come along with me as I quickly reset my kitchen. Well, I try to lead a non-toxic life, and the person who lived here before left a bunch of Windex. I mean, like, when I say a bunch, I mean Costco-sized bottles, like probably 6 or 7 of them. That was in 2017. I'm still using them now. We don't go through that much. And so this is the last thing I have to replace. I'm on the last jug. I'm so excited. So leave in the comments all of your suggestions for really good window cleaner. I want to be able to have nice, clean windows because we have lots of pretty things outside to look at. Well, I'm making the switch to non-toxic cleaners as done with this Windex. Like I said, I have been using for years Dr. Bronner's. And this is what I use as my regular all-purpose cleaner. And I have loved it. This is one of my favorites to use. We've been trying different scents. This month we have Rose. Typically I order this from Azure. This just happens to be what I find works well for our family, but definitely if you are looking to make the switch and want a more non-toxic cleaner and you know it's going to clean well, I recommend this. For me, I get my bottle that says all-purpose on it because I wrote all-purpose on it. I fill it with water and then I just dump some cleaner in. I tend to go stronger versus not as strong because we live in a farmhouse and that means that there is dirt and grime and nasty things that included in that are bug guts. I just found myself as I was cleaning these windows cleaning off quite a bit of fly guts and mouse droppings. Not my favorite thing to have, but we live on a farm and so we have those things. So this is what I use and what I find works best and what I find to be the cleanest solution so far. I don't add anything to it other than water and then the soap. And yeah, we use it for everything. I use it for the toilets. I use it for the kitchen. I use it for all of it. And I've been really happy with this so far. Now, if you're asking why, Kim, do you not just clear everything off and then after you have everything cleared off, wipe it all down? I could. And I have done it this way. But the reason is simple. If I completely complete a task, a window, for example, and it's completely done, then if I get interrupted because a child needs something or a husband or a mom or a dad or whoever it is who needs something, I am not leaving in the middle of a task. I can finish up the smaller task, which then allows me to complete something. Maybe it's just my mind of checking things off of a checklist. Oh, the windows are completely done and dusted and cleaned. Complete the project, move on to the next one. It's just the way I organize things in my brain. You see me clean enough. You understand what I'm doing. I'll see you when I get to the next step. Ta-da! Yeah, I'm on to my next thing. Usually at this point, I would be getting those dishes right there done. That would be my next thing. All the dishes, all the items that the kids don't know how to wash. I wouldn't say don't know how to wash. I would say wouldn't choose to wash. So I have different jugs and jars that we use for cider and such. And anything like that, they do not tend to wash on their days. Now, this is something that I'm going to kind of maybe blow your mind. Sunday reset is the only day and the only time that I do dishes. Otherwise, the kids are 100% responsible for emptying the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, and hand washing the dishes. I know that is not the way in every family, but it's what we found works for us. Because I am working on the homestead elsewhere and teaching and doing all sorts of other things, I said, this is one thing you guys can do. I do not need to do this. Instead of doing the dishes right now today, I am going to start bread. I also had a surprise gift from my mother. She needs her Keurig descaled and wasn't sure how to do it. This is a new type of Keurig for her. She's trying to figure out how to make the best coffee in her trailer because I have spoiled her with homestead coffee all year, and they're looking at going south for the winter as they do every single year. And she needs to figure out her coffee making, and her Keurig wasn't working. So I'm going to try and descale that, see if I can get that working. And then after that, I'm going to start bread and make bread for our family for the week. Okay, you guys get the idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish making bread. We're going to let that rise. And while that bread is rising, I'm gonna finish the dishes, clear off the island, and reset the brain. So then by the time it's done, my kitchen reset minus making a list for groceries this week will be completely done. I've already cleaned out the fridge because I needed to clean out the fridge to see if there was anything that should go in the sink to get the dishes done. So I will see you after I finish with the kitchen and the island, and when I go to the brain to give you guys just a little peek into how I organize our week. Okay guys, look at there. It's done. Dishes done. The things are done. There's a couple of bottles soaking, but I'm going to leave those soaking. The bread is almost done rising. And the island is cleared off, which means we are down to our last thing. And that last thing is the brain reset. Okay, so here it is. This is the brain. The whole entirety of it. I don't know if you can see it all because I can't see my screen. But essentially, I have it set up so that I know where things are and where they need to be. This section right here is my main section that I'm going to work in right now. This section is for the to-do list. And so as part of my brain reset, I've already written down a bunch of things that we need to do this week. I'll write down the to-do, the date for the week, and then list out the things. And as we do them, I'll check them off. I even put things on here like school and such. And what I use to write it with is called a wet erase marker. The wet erase marker has been the best thing because nobody can go through and just wipe it off with their finger accidentally or bump it with an elbow. You have to intentionally get a rag wet and wipe it off. Little tip for your to-do list, for your whiteboards, the wet erase markers are the best, and I just get mine from Amazon. But yeah, that's it. The reset is done, and now I am ready to sit down, spend some time with my family, and get started next week with a clean kitchen, bread already made, and my list already ready to go. I hope this encourages you to make a reset as part of your week and show you a little bit of what mine looks like. My life is not perfect, but it is absolutely beautiful. I'll see you guys next week.